Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 10 new sports car you can get pretty cheap. Number 10, the 2021 Hyundai Veloster. Starting price $18,000. Yes, it is possible to own a brand new sports car for way under $25,000, and you can thank the 2021 Veloster for that. Under the hood, you're looking at a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder base engine that delivers up to 147 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 132 pound-feet of torque at 4,500 RPM. You can also consider the 2021 Veloster Turbo R, which comes with a 1.6-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo engine that delivers 201 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 195 pound-feet of torque at 1,500 to 4,500 RPM. But this trim is going to cost you 23 grand, so it's a little more expensive, but if you have the money, go for it. Number 9, 2020 Honda Civic Coupe, $21,000. The Civic always has been a popular car in the market, and that's because it's got a reputation for being both thrilling and reliable. For the 2020 Civic Coupe, you're looking at a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder base engine that produces 158 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 138 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM. There are trims available that are powered by a 1.5-liter inline 4-cylinder with a turbocharger. This one can deliver up to 174 horsepower, but it's going to cost you a bit more. Number 8, 2020 Fiat 124 Spider, 25 grand. It may not be the most powerful sports car out of the bunch, but it is still worth a lot of fun to drive. Even better, you can get a 2020 124 Spider well under $30,000. Under the hood, it's a standard 1.4-liter 4-cylinder multi-air turbo engine that has a rating of up to 160 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. But it does have a fuel economy of 26 miles a gallon, which is pretty good, and 35 miles a gallon on the highway. So if you're considering fuel economy, this one should be on the top of your list. Number 7, 2020 Toyota 86, $27,000. The 86 has always been in the market for quite some time now, and it has established quite a reputation. For the 2020 model, the car comes with a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder that can produce up to 205 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 156 pound-feet of torque at 6,400 to 6,600 RPM. Meanwhile, if you're concerned by your fuel economy, there's no reason to worry. This car also has a lot of efficiency. It gets 21 miles in the city and 28 in the highway. So it's a little down from the 124, but it's still pretty good. Number 6, the 2020 Mazda MX-5 Miata. The starting price, 26 grand. The 2020 Mazda MX-5 Miata is a proof that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get an experience of a lifetime. That starting price is specific to a sport trim, which comes with a 2-liter Skyactiv G 4-cylinder engine that's capable of delivering 181 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 151 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. But when it comes to fuel consumption, the car has an estimated rating of 26 miles in the city and 35 on the highway, so it's also pretty efficient. Number 5, 2020 Volkswagen Golf GTI, $28,000. The Volkswagen Golf has built a reputation for being fun to drive, and this Golf GTI is certainly no exception. It also doesn't hurt that its starting price is below $30,000, so it's pretty cheap, not that expensive. Under the hood, you get a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo engine that can produce up to 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Meanwhile, when it comes to fuel consumption, the car is 24 miles in the city and 32 on the highway, so it's good enough. Number 4, 2020 Nissan 370Z, $30,000. The Nissan 370Z has been in the market for quite some time now, and you can get a good used one if you look hard enough, especially when you consider what's under the hood. With this one, you get a 3.7-liter V6 engine that can produce up to 332 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 270 pound-feet of torque at 5,200 RPM. So it has a lot of horsepower, I'm not going to lie. All the other cars before this had like around below 300 horsepower, but this one crosses the 300 mark. But if you upgrade, you can opt out for the trim with the 3.7-liter Nismo tuned V6 engine that can reach up to 350 horsepower at 7,400 RPM and 276 pound-feet of torque. But when it comes to fuel efficiency, this is 26 miles on the highway. So, It's not the best when it comes to, MPG, but you do get a very solid sports car, and the aftermarket support is immense for these cars. You can get parts very cheap and you can fix it yourself, so it's not going to break the bank when you own it. Number three, 2020 Kia Stinger, $33,000. So there's a time when you actually cross the $30,000 limit. One of the big advantages of the Stinger is it's unlike a lot of other sports cars, but this one can comfortably accommodate up to 5 passengers. Under the hood, you have a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that can deliver up to 252 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 260 pound-feet of torque at 1,400 to 4,000 RPM. You can also opt out for the 3.3-liter twin turbocharged V6 that can deliver up to 365 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 376 pound-feet of torque at 1,300 to 4,500 RPM. But one thing about the Stinger is that this car has a Kia badge. Now let me get this. All the cars that it competes with, like the BMW 3 Series and all the other sports sedans out there, they're usually speaking on the luxury side of things. But Kia wanted to tackle that market while being better and more reliable than any of those luxury brands out there. So people did not buy this. And this car sat on lots unsold, brand new, for 2 or 3 years, and dealers were just trying to get rid of them. So that actually works to your advantage. If you really don't care about the status and you don't care about the badge Kia, it can be a very good buy because this car is very underrated. So if you're in the market for a sports sedan, please pick this car up because this is an amazing bargain, and Doug DeMuro did a video on it and he bought one. And this is an amazing car, but people just want that status and they don't want a Kia badge when they can get a Mercedes or a BMW 3 Series for that price. So if you have the money, go for this car. This is an amazing bargain and this car will not disappoint you. Number 2, BMW 2 Series Coupe, $35,000. Yes, the starting price for the 2022 Series Coupe is below $40,000, so it is a little medium range in terms of price. So it can be yours, but depending on how much room you have in your budget. Under the hood, you're getting a 2-liter twin-power turbo engine that can deliver up to 248 horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 258 pound-feet of torque at 1,450 to 4,800 RPM. This car is capable of going from 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, so it's a very fast car. Whether you're using a manual transmission or an automatic transmission, it can be a very fun car for the weekend. Number 1, 2020 Mercedes-Benz CLA 250 Coupe, $36,000. So we're really getting close to that $40,000 mark, and it's no surprise, it's a Mercedes. But if you want a little bit of luxury while also going fast, this car can be yours for only $36,000, if you can call that cheap. This one is powered by a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo engine that produces up to 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 to 4,000 RPM. When it comes to fuel efficiency, this can do 25 miles a gallon in the city and 35 in the highway, so not bad. It's a good enough. But if you're looking for status and luxury, this is an amazing car. This car has a lot of great tech. It has a lot of infotainment features, safety features. Plus, you have that Mercedes-Benz reputation for an amazing luxury car. So if you're looking for a Mercedes in this segment, this is a perfect car to get into. And plus, you're getting a little bit of sportiness. It's not the best. It's not lightning fast. I believe the other cars on the list offer much more of a thrill, much more fun for the money. But this car, if you're looking for luxury while also going fast, this one is a good option. And I really, really appreciate that Mercedes is making a car like this in this price segment because it's a good car. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and leave a comment down below. What do you think of this video? Would you buy any of these cars? Let me know.